Hey, hey!
Coming in here from Austin, Texas, but we were just recently hanging out. You can see my Gryffindor swag. We were hanging out at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I don't know if you've ever tasted a vomit jelly bean, but we learned a lot of lessons from the magical world of Harry Potter, a billion-dollar industry, a billion-dollar series. It's the first author, J.K. Rowling is the first author to actually sell over $1 billion of like book stuff, right? So let's dive into our lessons from the magical world of Harry Potter. And if you are a Potterhead, let us know if you know your house. We're going to be talking about houses.
Go Ravenclaw! Go Ravenclaw!
We're dressed in our colors.
Ravenclaw blue.
I'm a Gryffindor red. Let us know in the comments what your house is. Okay, for lesson number 1.
Lesson number 1. We'll get back to that, why it's important to know your house.
Yes.
That's actually a big part of what makes the Wizarding World. It makes the whole Harry Potter franchise so valuable and
profitable.
So well and so profitable. So we're going to give you a couple lessons that you can take and use in your coaching business, growing your business. So lesson number 1 is people love to buy. Guys, people love to buy. If you are getting stuck in your head telling yourself that, oh, people don't want to buy, that it's too expensive, they don't want to buy, people love to buy. Because at the end of the day, the only reason people like money is because money allows you to buy things. If it didn't let you buy anything, then money would just be a bunch of numbers in a computer or paper. So people like money a lot. It's one of the most powerful words and things we chase because it allows you to buy things, and we love buying things. If it gives you enough value.
Yeah, and there are thousands of people every day going to these parks. And, it's not cheap to get into the park. And you know that when you're getting into the park, you're going to be buying things like, if you're a Potterhead like me, Butterbeer and every flavored, Birdie Bots beans. And so you're going because you're excited to buy. So how do we how do we have our coaching clients be excited to buy? That's the question.
Yes, that is the question. And I don't know what I was going to say because yes, that is the great question. Take it away, Luz.
Awesome. So we have the number 1 thing that we really took away, and it was a really good reminder, is people love to buy. So let us know in the comments what's something that you love to buy. For me, it's going to be Harry Potter stuff. I was super excited, when I got this Gryffindor shirt. I'm the captain of the Quidditch team. So I was super excited about getting that, right? I was super excited about paying way too much money for just jelly beans. And have you ever...
Well, there were literally people lined up.
Yeah.
Dozens of people lined up to buy a wand, a $70 piece of plastic, and by the dozens. And because they were getting an experience, they were lined up to have the wand would choose you, part of the Harry Potter story. Yeah. And people were ecstatic to spend all this money, hundreds of dollars for a family of a couple kids. Mm-hmm. And adults had these wands too. There were so many men. So the point is, people do love to buy. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying, oh, people don't like spending money, that's why they're not buying my coaching. Not quite, actually. If you and when you give the right type of and the right level of value to the right people, guess what? They will happily spend money. People find money they didn't even know they had when they see the value. So if you're holding yourself back and you're limiting yourself, if you're telling yourself people just don't like buying, because just go to one of these theme parks and go to the Wizarding World, for example, and see literally thousands of people a day throwing money at $12 little boxes of jelly beans. They had
$70 wands,
$70 wands,
100 plus
and that also goes to because they were so. There is such a story that they are a part of. Seeing yourself in that story, which is we're going to get to.
So let's talk about storytelling. And let us know in the comments, what is something that you love to buy? What's something that when you have a chance to buy it, you love to buy? Okay, so storytelling. Storytelling is so powerful. And I think as coaches, we sometimes don't think of, I'm a storyteller. And to have more sales, to bring in more people into, my coaching world, I need to really master the art of storytelling. So, and when we are telling stories, what really is happening is something that Matt mentioned is creating value. So the name of the game as a coach is really going to be asking yourself and having the answer of how can you create more value? Because when you create more value as a coach, then all of a sudden you have people lining up and being excited to pay you all kinds of money for what it is that you're providing to the market. And so when it comes to telling stories, there are going to be a few components that come into play. So the one of those pieces that is super important and is part of what I'm wearing here is creating a branded experience. You have to ask yourself, have you created a branded experience for your coaching products and services? So say with the world of Harry Potter, like I'm wearing my Gryffindor, swag, and Matt knows that, blue is, Ravenclaw, and if you're a Hufflepuff, you're yellow, and if you're a Slytherin, you're green, right? So all of these things are branded so geniusly for people to be able to understand that you are now part of this world, right? You create the story. So whatever the story is going to be, so say for coaches, let's make this relevant for coaches. The story is, you are a woman who, you're in your 50s, you're in your 40s, and you are just feeling like, this is my time for my second act, right? And then what's the story that follows that? What does it mean for that woman to say, this is when my second act begins? The kids, they've gone to college. This is my time. I'm reconnecting with my spouse, whether you're single or not, whatever it is. Like this woman that we're making up, right? Like the story that you tell around her becoming. That's the story that you're talking about as a coach. With Harry Potter, it's the story of Hermione and Harry and Ron and Voldemort and all of these things. And in that story, there are pieces, components that allow you to understand the brand. So with the houses, you have the 4 houses. What was genius about this park is you walk into Harry Potter land, you walk into Diagon Alley, there are branded words, there are branded, there's jargon. So say with Birdie Bots, the only reason that these things are, over $10 is because of branding. And so you have to ask yourself, am I creating a branding experience? What's the difference between a $5 purse and a $5,000 purse? It's going to be branding. And if you are not branding yourself as a coach, you are literally leaving like tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. And we can't have you do that. And so it is so powerful, just as we saw in Universal Studios, you see it in Disney. We kept talking about Disney because when you think about Disney, let us know if you guys have been to any of these parks. If you ever have been to Disney World, or if you've been to Disneyland, or if you've been to Universal Studios, you are bombarded with branding, but you feel excited, right? Because you're being part of this experience. And what we talked about was the difference between Disney and Universal Studios. Say when you walk into Disney, as soon as you walk in, there's music and sights and smells, and all of this is part of the branded experience. It is all very purposeful. Say when we were in Universal Studios, some of those pieces were missing, and it was like, oh wow, I really noticed that. So for you as a coach, what is the branded experience that you are creating for your clients or your potential clients? With us is you are a monetized coach, and we have this jargon, which brings us to point número 3.
And I think it's really important before we go there is, and this is part of 3, is it's a story. You have to create a story that people can see themselves in. Yeah. Part of, Harry Potter is that people can see themselves in some of the characters. It's relatable. So create, and the whole theme for Universal Studios is writing the movies. Mm-hmm. So you're feeling like you're writing along in one of the movies. So as a coach, are you just trying to sell a coaching program and your coaching, which is, boring and generic? Hate to say it, nobody is going to buy your coaching.
And you're not going to stand out.
Yeah, nobody wants to buy your coaching program. They want to buy a result. They want to buy an experience. They want to buy belonging. They want to buy all that good stuff. Be a part of a story. So creating a storyline that people can really get excited about buying into, being a part of. That's what a good movie does. You get invested in the storyline. That's what a good brand does, whether it's, a luxury brand like Cartier or Dolce & Gabbana, doesn't matter. Or in a great coaching program, you create a story, your hero's journey, so to speak, that people can get excited about. And yes, the third point related to that is that creating a system where you can self-identify and self-identify. You want to create in your coaching program where people say, oh, I am a blank. I am a blank. What do you call it when you're in your program? What are they? They are a blank. You know, Tony Robbins, I am a gladiator, I'm a firewalker, I'm a Gryffindor, I am a Slytherin, a Hufflepuff, a Ravenclaw, if you're in Harry Potter world. And what we saw is they literally had all the merchandise was about what house you're from. The different houses had different shirts, etc. Because people they identified, and each house in Harry Potter has for Ravenclaw, it's wisdom and intelligence. For Gryffindor, it's values. It's what is
Gryffindor?
Courage, yes. For Hufflepuff, it's loyalty. For Slytherin, it's cunning. So people could identify and say, oh, I see myself as being the loyal one. I'm a Hufflepuff. And then you could wear the Hufflepuff stuff and get Hufflepuff pins, Hufflepuff hats, Hufflepuff mugs, Hufflepuff everything.
All of the above.
They're making a ton of money, and by giving people this great self-identifying experience, they get to choose, what am I? So in your coaching program, you don't want to just give people coaching. I challenge you, what are they? What do they, to be in your program, they are a blank. They are a what? How do they identify? And what is the word they call themselves? What is the title? What are the values that they align with being part of your program?
And the characteristics, right? So what does it mean? So say for us, it's a monetized coach. A monetized coach is someone who takes, they don't just take what's given to them and say like, oh, well, that's it. That's my life. That's just what I have. Those are my cards. It's like, no, like this is what I have, but I'm going to make it, and I'm going to be, I'm going to be an incredible coach, and I'm going to use my resources, and I am going to be financially resourceful, and I'm going to be financially independent, and I'm going to create a world of impact. That's what it means to be a monetized coach, right? I'm prosperous, and I am abundant. And so all of these things are pieces of being a monetized coach. Just like within, Harry Potter, you are part of these houses. So the third piece is going to be creating a system for self-identification, and then also common jargon, words. What are the words that exist within your world? So say for us, it's Uzga. It is, Olgip. If I'm saying random words and you don't know, that you just need to join our world.
Being a lighthouse instead of a tugboat. We talk to people all the time that are tugboats. They're going out there trying to pull in clients one by one in a stormy sea. Whereas what they really want to be, and what we teach in our programs, is how to be a lighthouse, how to be a beacon up high, shining, that clients come towards naturally, that want to be around. They see safety and a place they want to be in someone who's a coach who's a lighthouse. So the tugboat lighthouse is another metaphorical piece of language we use, and anyone in our tribe knows about. So self-identifying, having a common language, like you said.
The common language, and having people then just fully having ownership, right? So Potterheads like me, we have a sense of ownership over the world of Harry Potter. So you congregate in groups of, if you guys look up, there's groups for Harry Potter, they're like hundreds of thousands of people congregating around the idea of Harry Potter. And the other thing that is so powerful about creating this common language, right, that only exists within your community, and also creating this system of self-identification, it's that it allows your brand to become timeless. It allows, Harry Potter was around when we were kids and we were growing up, and there are still adults and kids and everybody, so in the entire park, we were looking, we're big nerds, so we were at the park and we're talking about profit and numbers and all of these things. So when you look at retail, when you look at what's actually bringing in the most sales, it's Harry Potter. Why is it Harry Potter? Because it followed these three pieces, right? It doesn't believe that people don't want to buy. It creates this branded experience, which is so powerful. And number three, which might be one of the most powerful things, is creating this system of self-identification, and then also creating a common language. And because people have this common language and they are able to self-identify within that world, they literally for decades have wanted to continue being part of this franchise, continue to be part of this world. And I want you guys to think about the movies that perform the best. What do movies have to do with coaching? They have a lot to do with coaching, because again, it's storytelling, it's connecting, it's creating that sense of relationship, which as a coach is really powerful, and it's necessary for you to create that sense of relationship, that trust building. And that comes again from really solid, storytelling, brand creation, creating of a common identity, common language. And these are all things that you as a coach can do, and we would encourage you to do to build a more powerful business, for your coaching practice that will go on, not just for a season, not just for a year, but to be timeless. What does it mean to be timeless? And we want you guys to think about timeless brands and timeless companies and learn from those lessons so you can apply them to your own business.
Absolutely. So if you want any feedback on that, if you are saying, how do I actually do this? This is great, but how do I actually create these stories and become the lighthouse, not the tugboat, and harness the power of Disney and Harry Potter in your own coaching business to attract clients and be a profitable coach, be a monetized coach, let us know. We've got a lot of free trainings. We'd be happy to send you some. We give anyone in the group a complimentary free 15-minute very focused, profitable coach audit, help get you some quick results, point you in the right direction. We wish we would have had it years ago because it makes a big difference. So we're here for you. We love supporting you, helping you, and we're all in this together, Coach.
Absolutely. And because we're having fun here, what we're going to do is we're gonna.
Oh boy.
Oh, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay.
All right, guys. So
she's gonna surprise me.
We're gonna surprise Matt.
There's
we're gonna see
good flavors and not so
Here's
good.
some of the flavors, and this is I want you guys to learn from the branding here. So some of the flavors. When have you ever paid for like having an earthworm jelly bean? Never. Okay. So flavors that we potentially could give to Matt are boogers, banana, earthworm, earwax, green apple, marshmallow, vomit, black pepper, rotten egg, soap, blueberry, sausage, sherbet lemon.
Just give me the bean. Just give me the bean.
Okay.
All right.
Ready? Ready, guys? What do you think? Okay.
We were doing this all day,
I'm not
all
looking,
night yesterday.
Okay, I have to see what it is. You guys, keep your eyes closed. Okay. So.
Suspense. Let's see.
I don't think it's good. Whatever way you paint it.
Is it dirt?
Maybe. I think you got earthworm.
That could be earthworm. Yeah, it could be earthworm. There you go.
Awesome, guys.
So that's it. When the power to make you spend $12 on a little box.
To eat an earthworm candy.
A little box of earthworm and vomit flavored beans. That's what good branding and good marketing and good storytelling does. And you can have that too. That's a great thing. It's not just reserved for Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
So.
All right, Coach. We'll see you next time. And until then.
Enjoy your earthworms.
Enjoy your earthworms. Bye.